Hey everyone, welcome to the Lunch and Learn. And as you can see, I have the wonderful Vanessa Hunter back with me, which means you'll probably see slides today and not just two guys yakking. So
Love it.
Here. We missed you.
Joe, let me tell you, it is a pleasure to be back again. I'm really thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled about our topic this month, which is integrated marketing. I'm really excited to dig into this a little bit today in terms of small business owners and their marketing budget and so on and so forth. But before that, what's everyone having for lunch?
Are there tacos involved? That's what I want to know. And if somebody's doing ice cream, I'd love to know that and whatever the flavor is as well, for sure.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Ice cream. Ice cream. What's your favorite flavor, Joe?
I'm currently on Chunky Monkey.
Oh, I love Chunky Monkey.
Okay. All right. That's a Ben and Jerry's thing.
Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah. Yep. That's like a must, but really, if anything with peanut butter and chocolate in it, I am happy as a clam.
Okay, have you tried Grater's ice cream yet? Did I tell you about Grater's?
No. Okay. Grater's. All right.
My hometown ice cream, and you can get it at, is it Harmon's in Utah? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I shop there.
Yeah.
All right.
So go to Harmon's and grab yourself some Grater's ice cream. My personal favorite is the black raspberry chocolate chip.
Oh, yum. Yeah. Okay, now everybody's getting hungry, Vanessa. Maybe we should talk marketing. We're way better at it.
I don't know. I could talk ice cream all day long. Anyway, yeah. Let's talk integrated marketing. Let's talk marketing budget for small businesses.
Yes, definitely. It's how do we give the unfair advantage to the small business, right? Awesome. Yeah. Let's do this thing. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yes, the U.S. Small Business Administration recommends, as a general rule, small businesses with revenues of less than 5 million should allocate 7 to 8% of their revenues to marketing.
Okay, so I love to read this because I think there are a lot of people out there that start a business and they have no idea about how to budget for different things. And a lot of them go into it thinking, because they're passionate about their business, whatever that may be, they don't necessarily think about how to market their business because it comes so naturally to them that everybody would want whatever they're selling. So they don't necessarily think about marketing, definitely don't think about a marketing budget. No. And I think that is one of the places that particularly small businesses really struggle in the beginning.
I agree. And I think it is an afterthought for most small businesses. I know it was an afterthought for me. I've started several businesses and it was like, wow, dummy, you didn't even think about marketing? Are you kidding me? I mean, really? You're just going to jump into this thing and spend money on equipment and people and not marketing? Really?
That's a little harsh, Joe.
Well, probably, but you kick yourself in the behind sometimes when you learn like that.
Yes. But the point is that we're learning and we have learned, and both Joe and I have started businesses. So we can tell you, learn from our mistakes rather than stumbling along like we did blindly, trying to figure it out as we went.
Yes. So let's talk about some typical marketing expenses for a small business. I mean, social media ads, those aren't cheap, right? Buying traffic, creating the ads, and there's so many caveats with all the ads and what you can create on which platform and how much text can cover the ad. I mean, it just boggles my mind. And LinkedIn, LinkedIn. I mean, I think what is LinkedIn, like $80-$90 a month just for their one tool that you can see who's looking at you, that kind of stuff. And like, wow, woo, and we haven't even gotten to the right side of this thing. I see software and I'm like, whoa, right. There's some expenses there. And remember, folks, everything we're saying today, you still need all of these things. You really do. When we say integrated marketing, we feel and know through a lot of testing that integrating direct mail into your marketing works and gives you basically an unfair advantage over your other competitors, like really unfair.
It sure does, Joe. And I look at this list that's on the screen right now, newsletters, like somebody's got to write that, you've got to have a graphic designer, somebody's got to lay it out or just add it to an email campaign, but you have to have compelling content there, and podcast, that takes a bit of time as well. And again, all of these things are doable, but for the typical small business owner, they simply don't have the budget or the resources for a lot of these things.
That is exactly right. And one other thing that I, would love to pass on right now before we get moving along is this. How many of your customers have opted out of your emails right out of the gate? They're done. They are not in play digitally with you.
Right.
But the mailbox, that still exists.
Yeah.
Everybody still has one. Everybody still goes to their mailbox, gets their mail, they segment it in their kitchen, and it still stays around for an average of 17 days. And I think that's important for everybody to understand. It's an alternative platform to communicate to your customer base that's non-digital and is effective. And that's kind of the key behind what we do at Mailbox Power. And I just wanted to make sure that I threw that out there before, everybody goes, well, why are they talking about all this stuff? And well, there's quite a few reasons, but
yes.
That's a big one. So anyway.
It's huge. And as a small business, Joe, when you get started and when you even think about marketing, I know the first thing people think about is the budget. Like, I don't have the budget to do marketing per se, because the typical, if I were to say, hey, I've got a great marketing campaign for you, you're seeing dollar signs already, right? Yeah. What does this look like? And what's it going to cost me? And again, to Joe's point, he's talking about integrated marketing. We're talking about integrated marketing here. We're not saying throw all these things out the window and just do direct mail. We're saying that if you do it right, you can do it so incredibly effectively that it all becomes a seamless marketing plan.
That's exactly right. We highly recommend that if you're sending out a newsletter, that you capture some of that content and use it in your direct mail piece. So, you're connecting the dots. You're communicating the same message, whether they're online or offline. Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
So, well, here's the question. Why direct mail? Like, why would you even consider using direct mail and integrating that into your marketing? So yes, there it is, right there at the top. How many of your customers are opting out of your emails? That is, really answer number one. But when you look at the open rate of a package, it's 100%. Mm-hmm. The open rate of an envelope that's addressed to your customer, it's at like 90%.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal as well when you stop and look at what's happening with email, even if you have their email address. Even if they opened it, did they really read it? Did they do any click-throughs? Was there any kind of that thing going on? And postcard engagement, another, huge deal. What kind of, postcards are you sending and engaging? And our technology is superior. I think it's second to none. Being able to add somebody's name to a headline is such a big deal that it actually converts bystanders into customers. And that's kind of what we're all about is, that integrated marketing. And here we are. And then your favorite word, perception.
Yes. Yes. The customer perception, because really the perception is our brand. Our brand isn't what we say our brand is. Our brand is what the customer perceives is our brand, right? So whatever they think about us becomes our brand. And particularly as a small business, you're probably not thinking, wow, I can't wait to build my brand. You're thinking, I can't wait to do business with these people. So you're not spending a ton of time on the branding aspect of it, but once people open mail that is directly addressed to them with their first name and their last name on the envelope or on the postcard or on the gift or a package, whatever it may be, once people see that, they automatically, that recognition of their own name gives a psychological, it's like psychological food for them in terms of being connected to you and looking at you as somebody who cares about them. And as a marketer, we're all about making people feel good, right? We're all about making people connect with our brand and connect with our product and trust us and building that relationship with people so that they do end up knowing us, liking us, trusting us, and best of all, Joe, we talk about this all the time in terms of direct mail, remembering us.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, you can be known, liked, and trusted, but if you're not remembered at the time of purchase, you're done.
Doesn't matter.
And if you're counting on email to do the job, it may not work.
Right. Yeah.
So,
right.
And we look at this, perception is a big deal. Customers perceive an email as something that's free.
Yes.
That you didn't pay for, that you didn't invest in. It's just something you're just slamming out there. But let me tell you what, you put a greeting card in their mailbox, they know that you spent money to do that. You invested in them right out of the gate. And of course, we always recommend that you pour value into your customers. You're not just there to spam them in their mailbox. You're there to actually add value to their lives. So whatever it is about your business that you can help add value with information into the lives of your customers is exactly, what you should be doing. And of course, like it says, how do you make your customer feel? And what is your customer experience right now? I keep asking this. I'm like, is it invoice, 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 invoice until they leave you? Or is there something else to the customer experience that you have? If there's not something else to your customer experience, we need to talk. You need to find somebody, an affiliate that's associated with Mailbox Power, and start asking some questions because we can help for sure.
So how to integrate Mailbox Power, because again, we're not trying to change anything you're doing that's working. If you're doing something that's working for your business, don't change the thing, keep working, right? Keep doing what works. But a couple of little tweaks that you can make to your marketing or to your integrated marketing is to create a thank you for your business campaign that all new customers get when they spend money with you. So if they, let's use the example, Joe, of a lawn service. Somebody comes, you go and cut somebody's grass. You send them something, right? They're going to remember the guy that actually sent something to them, right? Thanking people for their business, thanking them for being your customer as well. That's huge for people.
Not only is it huge, everybody listening to my voice right now, I want you to ask yourself one question. Have you ever gotten a gift from somebody for doing business with them? Like an actual gift in the mail after everything went down, there was a transaction happened. Have you ever gotten a gift from that company? And I also want you to think about this. If there were two insurance agents, one was a Mailbox Power user and one wasn't, the Mailbox Power user sent a thank you for being my customer gift. It was the second thing they received. They started the policy, they got an invoice or a premium notice, and then the next thing they got was a thank you for choosing us and the insurance, and it was an actual gift in a box. Now, think about that. There's an actual change that happened for that customer that used Mailbox Power. They actually made their customer feel special by sending them a gift in their mailbox. It wasn't just a flat envelope. And I'm not saying that doesn't work. But what I'm saying is they got into the heart of that customer. They created an actual relationship at that point, and it's no longer just a transaction. And that's where things change. And of course, can I get on my birthday soapbox for just a minute?
Well, I would expect nothing less, Joe.
Okay, goodness gracious. Listen, I love birthday marketing, and I love it for so many reasons. What I love about birthday marketing is this. Most people only receive, on average, 1 to 2 birthday cards for their birthday now that come in the mail. That's it. Just 1 or 2. It saddens me to think that all of your customers, that's all they're getting. And imagine you being the one that sent the only birthday card, the only one to them. How does that make them feel? What is that customer experience now that we're talking about? Yeah, we're talking about somebody that actually looks at you and goes, wow, they really care about me. And birthday marketing is such a big deal. And I know there's always a lot of snickering around the half birthday campaign and a half birthday card because none of us have celebrated our half birthday since we were 12, right? And even then it was questionable. But it's probably the most unique card that we get the most activity off of here at Mailbox Power. If you send a half birthday card to somebody, what you're telling them is, hey, you got another half of the year to kick some butt. Let's go. Or, hey, it's your half birthday. When's the last time you got a half birthday card? Yeah, unless you know somebody at Mailbox Power, chances are you've never received one. And that as well, for 50 cents plus postage to reach out to your customer on their half birthday or their birthday with just a card. I mean, come on. All right, I'm ready to get off my soapbox. All right, done. It's over.
One of the things that we probably haven't mentioned enough in this is the fact that we offer the ability to personalize things. So when Joe's talking about creating a birthday or a half birthday card, it comes with the person's name on it. It's not just some random generic happy birthday or happy half birthday. It says, hey, Joe, happy birthday. You know, it's a very, very personal experience. And again, we're talking about relationships and building that relationship. And when you talk to people and use their name, as we're all taught in building relationships, if you use their name, automatically they feel that sense of recognition and the fact that you're identifying them, and they feel good about that. It's the difference, if I could illustrate this, it's the difference between me calling across the room to Joe and saying, hey, you, hey, you, hey, you, come over here. And hey, Joe, come over here. I've got something to show you. Which one's he going to respond to? He's going to be like, me? What? Not if I say, hey, Joe. He knows exactly who I'm talking to.
Exactly. And you know what, Vanessa? My half birthday wasn't but a couple of weeks ago. And like, these are what I received. Happy half birthday, right? And a fun card, right?
Hey, Joe. That's the very first thing on the top of that. Hey, Joe. That's
exactly right. Happy half birthday, Joe, right on the front of the card, and a message on the inside. It's not every day you get to celebrate your half birthday, right?
Yes.
How unique is that? Or how about this one? I wholeheartedly wish you a halfway decent half birthday. I know. And on the inside, happy birthday, Joe, or happy half birthday, Joe is cut in half. I mean, all of these cards, you know, happy half birthday, Joe, right on the front of it. I mean, these are, it's just fun. Happy half birthday to Joe. Right?
Love it.
I love the colors on all this stuff. I just love, and for the money, I mean, seriously, happy half birthday, Joe, and nice little message. And anyway, all right, I'm done. Sorry.
Joe really likes birthdays, and he really likes the fact that we celebrate them. As a matter of fact, we have a goal as a company, and I'm going to date us right now, Joe, in the fact that we have a goal as a company of celebrating 150,000 birthdays by the end of the year. Well, guess what? We're like on the cusp of 140,000. We're going to have to readjust that goal, Joe, because we're going to hit that in no time. Probably by next week, actually.
Yep. Maybe we should aim a little higher next time.
Yes.
But it's awesome. It makes me feel good. It should make you feel good to celebrate the lives of your customers' birthdays. It really, really should. There's nothing wrong with it. There's everything right with it. And if you find anything wrong with it, please let me know so I can kind of understand where you're coming from. But anyway, here we are off the birthday topic. Here we go. So add value to your customer base with postcards. We're going to show you here in a minute the value of postcards for prospecting, or pouring value into your customers' lives with valuable information that they may need, they may not have. So, those are a big deal.
Yes.
And of course,
very big deal. And we have a very cool thing called a list builder at Mailbox Power. This is such a cool tool. It's so cool because a lot of people get started in business and they think, well, how can I generate some business? Where can I go in the first place to generate my first customer? What can I do to generate business right out of the chute? And our list builder is phenomenal for that, because you can really target who you want to sell to. Who is your perfect candidate, your perfect customer? Who would that be? And you can dial that in with our list builder and then send them a postcard campaign that will knock their socks off. And obviously the response rate to that is a lot higher than an email, for example.
It is, I'm going to say this, Vanessa, it's an unfair advantage for people to understand what Mailbox Power is when they're brand new in business.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to share with you a business that used us first. They didn't have a Facebook page. They didn't have a website. They didn't have anything. And they started with Mailbox Power to gain their first customers. And it truly, I mean, in my opinion, it's an unfair advantage for a new business or any small businesses to understand how the mailbox works and how you can gain new customers through the mailbox. And prospecting using postcards is such a simple thing, but people are all into, it's web pages and Yelp and YouTube and my website. And yes, all of those things. Yes, 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 and yes, for sure. But if you understand what Mailbox Power has to offer, and you need that spark right out of the gate, you need that new customer base that you don't even know exists right now.
Yeah,
this is it. This is how this whole thing works. So I have an unshakable belief about postcards and prospecting in our list builder and how it works. I've seen way too many instances of how good it really is, which brings us to this, Vanessa.
Yes. So this is a case study on a handyman service. This is a case study of somebody that sent out postcards. And as you can see, if you look at their total investment, they did not have a gigantic marketing budget. They're a startup. They just needed to get some customers, right, Joe?
Yes, that's it. And you couldn't, for $353.35, you can't buy a Yelp ad, I don't think, for a month. You're done. So but this is simple 4x6 postcards, 955 or more cent. That represents the cost of postage because this was a pro customer.
Yeah.
And to get $19,000 in sales, being a brand new business, no, not even one customer, and these postcards go out, and all of a sudden the phone is a ringing. And people are going, what? You can make my problems go away? What? Painting, tile, flooring, drywall, patch, landscape? I'm all in. Yeah, sign me up. My wife's been nagging the crap out of me, for the last 3 months to get this thing done, and I just didn't have the time. And here's the solution. But I just love the fact that, it was 955 4x6 postcards for $353 investment, netted $19,000. And
that is awesome.
It's amazing. It is amazing. We're getting ready to show you the rest of the story because it doesn't stop here. But this was it. This was the launch pad, the springboard, whatever you want to call it.
So let me say this, Joe, because you kind of glossed over something, and I want to make sure people understand the total investment of $353.35. Joe said very, very quickly that represents the postage because they are a pro customer. We have a tier level at Mailbox Power that's called Pro, and it's $49 a month. But what it does is give you access to free 4x6 postcards. So when Joe says that's a total investment of $353.35 and that was in postage, that's what it cost them to send out those postcards.
Yep, that's exactly right. And well, even if we added the $49 to this, we're right at that $400 mark. And Vanessa, do you know a business owner that wouldn't trade $400 for $19,000 in sales?
Not a single one. Not a single one. And so the next question that pops into a lot of people's mind is, I don't have a graphic designer. I can't create these postcards. Here's the beautiful thing about that. At Mailbox Power, we have a lot of designers that design for us. We have a lot of people that have used, whether it's a realtor or an insurance agent or a handyman or so many other vertical markets. There are so many cards, postcards, things that are already designed that you can modify to fit your business. And they are all in our design store. You can go in there and poke around and find them in there and then modify it to fit your business, put your phone number on there, put your return address on there, and you're off. So you don't need to hire a graphic designer to take advantage of this.
And that is awesome. The templates are abound. They're everywhere. Just, go take a peek and see what's there. Because really what we like to say is, add to cart, select recipients, and check out. Be done with that thing and get it out there to them folks. Get them in the mailbox. So awesome. Okay, you ready for this? These are the 2 prospecting postcards that they've used. This is it. They're really simple. There's nothing complicated about this. This is all stock photography stuff with some text over the top. Really, really simple. This was what was effective. That's it. Simple. 2 postcards.
Simple.
Now, a quick story. Thank you for your business. So this is, like I said, what we really, really recommend. So you prospect, you get the new customer, you do the business, you send them a thank you, right? And then you catch them on their birthday and half birthday. Now, this was a brand new business. They didn't have one review. They didn't have one social shout out, nothing. The $19,000 in business, every one of them got this, a thank you card, a coffee mug that says first name is always right. So this would have said Vanessa is always right on the mug, right? And sporting that in front of your husband, Brad, would have been kind of fun. And then for, a little coffee and then a couple of brownies. And really, I think the coffee mug is $10.97. The brownies are like $4 and the card's 50 cents. So we're at like, $15 for this package. And the funny part is this is a brand new business with two young men that got started in this handyman business. And what happened? Can you guess what happened? Yeah, social shout outs with videos speaking to the world how great this handyman service was and how great of a job they did. And they didn't have to call them and ask them. All they did was send that thank you for your business. Let's talk about customer experience. I asked that question, at the very beginning of this. What did this customer experience? They experienced somebody they called. They got a quote. Somebody came out and delivered. Then they sent them a gift thanking them for the business. And they're also going to be receiving a birthday and a half birthday. So will they ever forget about them? No. And will they ever not utter the words, of this handyman business when somebody says, hey, Vanessa, do you know a good handyman? And we already know what the answer is going to be for anybody who's done business with them because it's such a big deal, right?
It's such a big deal. It's such a big deal, Joe, that how many other campaigns and postcards have they had to send out after this? After this, how many have they sent out?
None. I mean, it's almost self-defeating for our business of Mailbox Power, but I mean, I'm just saying. None.
And why is that they haven't sent any since then? I mean, I know they've sent birthday cards and things like that, but they haven't had to send another prospecting campaign out. And the reason for that is exactly what Joe just touched on. They have gotten so many social media shout outs and so many referrals from their customers, their very first customers. So I want you to follow along here. They sent out the prospecting campaign. They got some customers. They thanked those customers who then referred them to other customers. They thanked those customers. They added everybody to birthday campaigns along the way. So when those customers' birthdays roll around, they're going to get something from these two handymen. I mean, how perfect is this?
That's exactly the way it worked. And it's so funny. They didn't have a Nextdoor account. They didn't have a Yelp account, but there were people shouting them out on both those platforms. They didn't even know what those platforms were from this activity.
Yeah.
And when you look at this activity and what it cost them, it was nothing in comparison to the overall scope of the business and really easy. I mean, how easy is this and it's automated, by the way. Everybody who's listening right now, this is all automated. All they have to do is add a name to a group and Mailbox Power takes care of the rest. It's a done deal, which is really the best part, right?
And here's the beautiful thing about Joe. As soon as she said add a name to a group, people are saying what name, what group. Okay, there's a couple things that Mailbox Power offers to answer all of these questions and more. It's over on the YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/Mailbox Power, there are tutorials there. There are other lunch and learn conversations just like this one where we talk about other case studies and all kinds of things. But there are tutorials there that will teach you how to do every single aspect of this. Okay, so let's say, you know what? I'm not going to watch a video. I need to talk to a live person. You can do that every day at noon. Every day at noon, we have Mailbox Power 101, which is an onboarding for brand new people who are using the Mailbox Power service. That happens every day at noon Pacific.
Absolutely. And the training is there. And by the way, I wanted to share the one last thing that they're doing. This is their half birthday campaign that they're using. And they're only sending the cards out just to say, hey, happy birthday. They're collecting that information and they're doing it. And that is isn't this easy? I mean,
it's easy.
How easy is it?
Yeah.
Just making your customers feel good, making them feel special. sending them a gift, which has a 100% open rate. They get shout outs. It was a one-time. I wish they would come back and invest more in prospecting cards, but clearly they don't need to.
But if they have the customers, they're sending out the thank you packages. They're sending out the birthday, half birthday. They're still using the system, just in a different way.
That's exactly right. So that's really it as far as, small business, small budget, and integrating direct mail, integrating mailbox power. I think it's just such a powerful tool. I really think it gives you an unfair advantage. I mean, if you're a small business, this is the unfair advantage that you would need over your competition. If you're just getting started or you're just a small business and you want to integrate the mailbox, mailbox power is the answer. And this type of integration is the game changer.
It sure is. And as you said, Joe, many times, we have something to fit every budget. So whether you're a brand new startup or you've been in business for years and years and years, or you're a multi-million-dollar business, we've got something that fits you.
That's exactly right. Well, any last words, Vanessa? We're going to end this call.
I'm excited about this whole concept, and I'm really excited to hear what people think about this. So please comment below and let us know what you think about this whole thing. And we'd love to hear some of the things that you are doing to market your small business.
Yes. Any integrations you have. All right, folks, listen, thank you for joining us for our Lunch and Learn. You just gave us 30 minutes of your time. I know time is the most valuable asset you have, and we appreciate you giving us some of your time. I hope you've learned from us. I hope you've got value from this. Anyway, thank you if you're a current customer. If you're not, please come on over, check us out. Let's get some direct mail integrated into your marketing and into your communication, and let's change your customer experience. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.